Man, first of all,
don't talk about my mama.
Fuck that shit. Keep pushing, man.
But mama pretty. He called my mama ugly.
That shit don't mean that much to me. I really don't give a fuck.
Got a little problem, a tiny one. Somebody tipping police on where to find me, son. Shit's about to get ugly. Think I'm the one. 1 minute they telling jokes, next minute they buying guns. I know how you dudes get down in the A. Guns with switches, niggas with switches, y'all gay. Send fuck back south, ain't no he went that way. That ain't the G in my unit, pussy, you know I don't play.
I don't play about my mama, I go to war about my mama, pussy.
That's what it was about, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. Alright, cool.
My wife look like that? I don't know if that's a wrestler. I don't know if that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yo!
Take me through, dear! Take me through, dear!
It's the unit. G-Unit. It's the unit. I got a little problem, a tiny one. Somebody tipping police on where to find me, son. Shit's about to get ugly. Think I'm the one. 1 minute they telling jokes, next minute they buying guns. I know how you dudes get down in the A. Guns with switches, niggas with switches, y'all gay. Send fuck back south, ain't no he went that way. That ain't the G in my unit, pussy, you know I don't play.
Biggest boss.
Bad boys beware, fear or no fear. Officer Ricky, I go pull up out there. Just get a tip, gun on him hip. He don't really care if your blood or crip. You're going to jail.
50 Cent must be stopped. He has gone too far.
I'm mad.
What he said about Tiny, wrong.
Everything that I said was gonna happen, happened.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jay? Shh.
What's up, man? Ain't heard from you in a while, where you been?
Nah, I'm cool. I mean, I'm cool. It's just taking me a minute, that's all. But I'm gonna straighten everything out as soon as I get that money.
Remember what I told you, right?
Yeah.
What I said?
It's grown man business.
It's grown man business. Boom! Ooh, got your ass. Scary as hell, man.
When it comes to this situation, I'm telling you right now, 50 Cent might need to step back from this clash with T.I. before it gets way out of hand. Let me break it down. The whole thing is starting to look uneven, and 50 is not coming out on top. The big twist, T.I.'s son, King Harris, jumped straight into the smoke. When 50 first aimed at T.I., I doubt he expected that kind of backup waiting at home. A lot of people thought King was just a regular young kid staying out the mix. Whole time, he's moving bold, no fear at all. See, 50 and T, I had their own back and forth going, grown man business. But then 50 posted T.Y.'s wife, which is King's mom, and that changed everything. At that point, King felt like he had no choice but to step in and defend his family. Since then, the energy shifted heavy. King has been pressing 50 nonstop and it hasn't slowed down one bit. In the last update, we talked about how King brought up old allegations, claiming 50 was involved in a fire at his child's mother's house while his son was inside.
Alright, go outside, wet that whole shit up. And one of the niggas in Clubhouse was in the gas station. I didn't even know though. This is not a main member of his again. So he get back on Clubhouse like, boy, y'all was in that gas station, y'all just woo. And I'm like, yeah. And then we end up shooting up his house. He running, slipping through mud, all type of shit. And then he called the war off. He said, nah, it's over. It's done. I'm walking out of Waffle House by his house. I tell my people before I go out, I say, hey, I don't give a fuck what he said. He ain't over with. I say, y'all be on point. You got guns in y'all hand out here with the woo. I walk in there, order my food. I come out, I got my head on my phone. Something just say, look up. I see two niggas with dreads and black hoodies run across the green box, start lighting it up. So boom, I just hear tagging the gun. I get down, open my car door. My gun was an automatic, so I opened my car door, grabbed it, ran at them. But they emptied the clip and started running, so they ran in some bushes while we chasing them down.
He also threw in other wild claims from 50's past to question his image. That's when things really escalated. So now it's not just talk, there are actual photos floating around, and that's what made this whole thing explode even more. 50 Cent had information out there that most people never even paid attention to before, and once those images started moving around, it hit different. A lot of people felt like they were seeing sides of this story they weren't even aware of. But here's the thing, it didn't stop there. When 50 first posted T.I.'s wife, that's when King Harris fired back hard. He went straight for something personal. He posted a picture of 50's late mother and even showed her gravesite. That shocked a lot of people. You would think that would have been the line nobody crosses twice, but apparently 50 wasn't done. This morning, 50 posted Tiny again, and that lit the match all over. King responded by sharing an old photo of 50 as a kid holding a drawing he made of his mother, and King captioned it, "You are a great artist, Lord Ninja. Look just like Ms. Jackson, ugly, laughing. How much to buy it, 50 Cent? I'll pay top dollar." He kept it exactly like that. Now I'm not gonna lie, I had never seen that picture before. Maybe it was always online somewhere, just one quick search away. But the way it resurfaced in the middle of this feud, that's what made it wild. This back and forth is getting more personal by the minute, and neither side looks ready to cool off. Now King didn't stop there, bro. He kept it going. King Harris took it a step further and dropped a diss track aimed straight at 50 Cent.
Yeah, how dare you talk about mamas? Yeah, mama in the grave, yeah, dig up, they put her under. Buy my mama, bitch, I'm on that. Static, I want thunder. Think ducking pressure. The only one with confidence. Since you trolling, let's get petty. They should shot. Ready. Yeah, I seen the black and white. You call the police, tell the business. You can talk that shit outside, but when you come outside, be ready. I don't know about what's gonna happen, but I know that karma dead. Tell me Jackson that I'm sorry, but I don't know why the f*** someone even get me started. I asked God to visit hell to stop the Curtis started. I just changed it for my son, but since legit I've been cold-hearted. Raised the risk it for my mama, so this shit ain't disregarded. Now my flow retarded. Tell the police that I'm capping, I'm just rapping, I'm an artist. Ain't the type to start no shit, the type to finish what they started. Keep it gangsta, kids and women ain't supposed to be no targets. From that south, yeah, I ain't going out for nothing. Shot that boy 9 times, they should've shot him once right in his muscle. Really mad cause Diddy, he was cuffing, she was touching on my pops.
In the song, he made some very disrespectful references about 50's late mother. I'm gonna be honest though, the track itself, it wasn't hitting like that. The delivery felt weak, the bars weren't polished, and overall, it just didn't sound good. But content-wise, he touched on every single narrative people have used against 50 over the years. Now here's where it gets interesting. I said before that King might be too young for 50 to even be going back and forth with like this. It feels uneven when a veteran rapper is arguing with somebody that young. But somebody in my comments brought up a fair point. They said 50 had no problem going at Lil Meech for a long time, and Lil Meech and King are around the same age. So if that energy was okay back then, why is this different now? The real difference might be this. 50 and Lil Meech actually had a working relationship before things went left. With King, there was never no bond to begin with. On top of that, King is still young, and his personal life hasn't really been exposed online like that. There's not much controversy attached to his name yet. That makes it harder to dig up dirt and flip it into content. So now it feels like 50 swinging at somebody who doesn't even have the same history out there to throw back. See, this is what makes it tricky. It's hard to really go at somebody when you don't know nothing about them. That's just facts. If somebody random throws shots at me online, I'm not about to dig through their whole life story just to clap back. I'm good. That's kind of the lane 50 Cent is in right now. How is he supposed to outplay King Harris when he doesn't have no real history with him? No past business, no old fallout, no paperwork drama tied directly to him. That makes it tough. But at the same time, I gotta say this. King might be pushing it a little too far. Not saying 50 would ever do something reckless, because that's not what this is about. But when you start bringing up serious street accusations and old cases, that's a different level. You gotta move smart, especially when the spotlight is bright like this. In the diss track, King claimed he has black and white paperwork on 50, basically accusing him of cooperating in the past. Earlier that same day, he posted documents tied to Lodi Mac, also known as Lodi Mac. For people who don't know, Lodi Mac was connected to 50's early circle and later lost his life. That situation has always been surrounded by rumors and street talk. King jumped on Instagram and wrote, "I got 21 questions, but just answer this one." So who was Lodi Mac? Y'all know, whoever he was after he died, that's when Freaky Cent started to fear for his life, and well, it's up there. Is this who called my pops a rat with no black and white? Well, here's yours, sir. He left it exactly like that. Now the issue isn't just music anymore, it's accusations being thrown out publicly, and once that door opens, it's hard to close. Now the black and white paperwork that got posted, that's not really brand new to people like me who've been following this story for years. I actually did a full breakdown before on Lodi Mac and Jimmy Henchman way back when my channel was tiny. I think I had like 50 subscribers at the time. That video only did around a couple thousand views, but the info in there was solid and still relevant today. So when King Harris reposted that paperwork, some people acted like it was some shocking new discovery. But let's slow it down and actually read what it says. The document is labeled as a U.S. Department of Justice Report of Investigation. According to the report, on or about October 9th, 2009, Sergeant Brian Smith received an anonymous call from a cell phone. The caller suggested authorities should look into Jimmy Henchman in connection to the death of Lodi Mac. For context, Lodi Mac was closely tied to Tony Yayo and was considered an important figure around the G-Unit circle. His death carried serious weight in those streets and definitely impacted the crew's reputation at the time. The report then says investigators traced that anonymous phone number back to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. A few days later, on October 12, 2009, law enforcement officers reportedly went to his residence in Farmington, Connecticut. According to the paperwork, Jackson confirmed he placed the anonymous call and said he feared for his safety after Lodi Mac's death.
Reignited the beef, leading to a fresh wave of diss tracks from both 50 Cent and the game. The back and forth was intense, and neither side seemed willing to back down. In 2007, the beef took a dangerous turn. In March of that year, Jimmy Henchman's son was heading into the building where his father's office was located. Tony Yayo and his associate Lodi Mac happened to cross paths with the 14-year-old. They confronted him, and Tony Yayo slapped the kid while Lodi Mac flashed a gun, threatening his life. The boy went inside and told his father about the encounter. The whole incident was caught on camera, leading to Tony Yayo's arrest. Although the charges against Yayo were eventually dismissed, Lodi Mac took the fall, claiming he was the one who hit the boy. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison for the assault. Tragically, just a couple of weeks after Lodi Mac was released from prison, he was shot dead in New York. This wasn't a random act of violence. Jimmy Henchman had put a hit out on him. According to Tony Yayo, the man who Lodi Mac was actually his cellmate in prison.
Jimmy Henchman case, all this is documented. But the hitman was actually in jail with my friend. So he befriended him in jail. And then when he got home, that's the same hitman that was his friend in jail. It was the actual hitman.
The was meticulously planned by Henchman and his associates. They got information about Lodi Mac's release and movements. When they initially tried to identify him, they missed him, but they persisted. Eventually, they found out who Lodi Mac's lawyer was and called the lawyer, pretending to be a friend of a close associate, Biggie. They told the lawyer that Biggie had asked them to look after Lodi Mac now that he was out of prison. Lodi Mac, grateful for the supposed help and thinking a friend was looking out for him, agreed to meet up with them. Tragically, this led to his demise. This was just the beginning of the chaos Jimmy Henchman unleashed on Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. The first time Jimmy tried to kill 50 Cent was pretty wild. He was driving down Manhattan's West Side Highway and decided to take his hand off the wheel to grab his gun. As he was passing by 50 Cent's building, he was ready to fire, but he had to stop when he noticed some cops tailing him. That failed attempt didn't deter him though. Jimmy got even more creative and sinister. He actually planned to blow up 50 Cent's bulletproof van. Knowing the cars were bulletproof, he figured an explosion might be the only way to get to 50. Jimmy's vendetta didn't stop there. He kept coming after Yayo and 50. There was a drive-by shooting at Tony Yayo's mom's house, done with a silenced pistol. Jimmy's final attempt on Yayo's life was when he saw Tony Yayo's Bentley parked and decided to spray it with bullets. But, as luck would have it, Yayo was sitting inside his bulletproof van parked just behind the Bentley, so he escaped unharmed. After all these close calls, 50 Cent decided it was time to strike back. He knew that some of Jimmy Henchman's goons were based in Atlanta. 50 found one of their addresses and started leaving threatening phone calls. He even had his own goons leave a dead rat on the guy's doorstep.
Now, here's the key part. The document states that he admitted to making the call out of fear for his life. It doesn't go deeper than that in this specific excerpt, but when King reposted it in the middle of this feud, he framed it as, "Here's your black and white," implying cooperation. That's why this resurfacing matters now. So according to that same paperwork, when investigators asked Curtis Jackson what he believed the motive was behind Lodi Mac's death, he reportedly said he thought it was retaliation. The document claims he believed Lodi Mac was targeted because of an earlier incident involving Jimmy Henchman's teenage son. It alleges that Lodi and members connected to G-Unit had participated in that assault situation. The paperwork then states that Jackson said he would cooperate with the investigation and provide any information he had regarding incidents tied to Jimmy Henchman.
I'm like, so then I was like, yo, you on some police shit? This nigga was like, nah, your man the police. Who 50 ever told on, nigga? What, 50 had a problem with Preem? Let's get into that too, because 50 had a problem with Preem. Preem was a nigga that was a well-known street nigga. And because Preem is hot, 50 told on niggas? Nah. Y'all both was high profile. 50 was high profile at the time. High profile nigga, supposedly something happened to him or you sent a missile or a torpedo or hit at a nigga. What you think? The feds is gonna be watching. Wrong or right? So who a nigga told on? Because when you really think about it, we were supposed to be down with Preem Team. Think about it.
It also mentions that Jackson brought up his own past shooting, claiming the person who tried to harm him had allegedly been hired by Irv Gotti and Kenneth McGriff, also known as Supreme. The report frames it as him explaining why he feared for his safety at the time. Now here's where it gets complicated. This specific paperwork has been debated for years. 50 Cent has publicly claimed in the past that the document is fake. Tony Yayo has also backed that position, saying the so-called paperwork was not legitimate. So when this resurfaced again during the feud, it instantly reopened old wounds and old arguments. And if you don't fully know the backstory of Jimmy Henchman and Lodi Mac, or the chain of events that led up to everything, you gotta understand the history before you jump to conclusions. Right now, Jimmy Henchman is serving multiple life sentences. He's not coming home, and over the years, he has maintained that he believes 50 Cent cooperated against him. But here's the key part. There has never been verified proof confirming that specific paperwork as authentic. That's why this debate keeps going in circles. There's also been talk about separate documents claiming 50 filed restraining orders against Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. Again, no solid public verification on that either. So at this point, it really falls into a he said situation. There's noise, there are screenshots, but no confirmed ruling that seals it one way or another. When Tony Yayo was asked whether he believed 50 ever told, Yayo basically said 50 didn't need to. According to him, authorities already had enough evidence against Henchman to build their case. That's his stance, and he stood on it consistently. Now here's the bigger picture. 50 might want to cool this down, because the more he responds, the more attention King Harris gets. And King has shown he's willing to cross lines verbally without hesitation. He's young, he's bold, and he feels like he has nothing to lose in this moment. But let's be clear, once talk starts drifting toward real-world violence or criminal activity, that's not entertainment anymore. That's where things get dangerous. No matter how heated the internet beef gets, nobody wins if it spills into real life. This is clearly a young guy moving like he has nothing to lose. King Harris is online flashing luxury cars, talking bold, acting like he's ready for whatever comes next. He looks like he's got something to prove, and he's matching whatever energy comes his way. That's what makes this situation unpredictable. Now, 50 Cent did post a cryptic response, but honestly, it didn't feel like a real counterpunch. 50 wrote, "To entertain is to provoke emotions. Love me or hate me, it's cool, just care enough to feel some kind of way. Tomorrow's gonna be a slow news day, or y'all can just make up some ish, I'm busy, LOL." That's what he said. Listen, responding casually when serious accusations are being thrown around doesn't always land the right way. When allegations like that hit the timeline, brushing them off can sometimes make people dig even harder. And let me be clear, I'm not labeling 50 anything. I haven't seen verified proof confirming those documents as authentic. That part matters. But here's the real issue. The more this goes back and forth, the more old rumors resurface and get fresh attention. King is pulling skeletons out the closet and forcing conversations that were quiet for years. That's why I'm saying, sometimes the smartest move isn't the loudest move. Let it breathe before it turns into something bigger than rap talk. And here's the part that really turned the temperature up. On top of the paperwork talk, King Harris also brought old allegations back into the spotlight involving 50 Cent and his child's mother. Now, major blogs and big outlets are reposting that old clip where she accused 50 of being involved in a fire at their home while their son was inside. Those claims have been denied before, but once that video started circulating again, the pressure definitely went up. You can even see it in how 50 is responding lately. There's been a wave of negative comments under his posts, and now he's saying bots are flooding his page. But are those really bots, or is the energy shifting? For years, 50 was the ultimate troll, the guy who controlled the narrative. Now it feels like he ran into somebody who doesn't care about reputation or rules and is willing to drag everything back into the light. That's why this moment feels different. The conversation isn't just jokes and memes anymore, it's old controversies getting fresh attention. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think 50 should let this one go, or should he keep firing back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you rocked with the breakdowns, make sure you subscribe to Dripzine, like this video, share it, and hit that hype button to help the channel grow. Appreciate every single one of you for tapping in.